Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Murray. Welcome to this video. Today we're going to take a look at kind of the average Joe's 2019 dual PC desk setup kind of thing. The whole thing right behind me over here. Before we jump into it, consider subscribing, because if you don't, I'm going to come to your house and steal your PC setup. Because I mean, I like setups, and who doesn't? So that's why I'm doing this. It's also right at the beginning of the 2019, maybe give you some inspiration and stuff like that. You might also like some of the cool stuff that I have for my setup. So without further ado, let's jump in. Alright, so as you can tell, I've been pretty excited about this whole setup. So I'm just going to run through a couple of specs and what I have here. I've got my notes here so I don't have to forget or miss something out. But yeah, so first on the list we have the keyboard. It's the PK900 RGB colorful backlight gaming keyboard, mechanical feeling 104 keys. What? It's a keyboard. It is a mechanical keyboard, so it does feel a little mechanically. It's kind of like a harsh impact. It's not like a soft or brown or anything like that. I don't know what color key that is, but it's good for a beginner. I've had it for a while and haven't really had any issues with it. It does have a part where you can put your phone in, which is kind of cool if that's your thing. And just keep in mind, all of these links are down in the bio if you are interested in grabbing them. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission from those sales at no cost to you. So that's really nice. And then next on the list we have just the large gaming mouse pad, kind of like the globe or the earth on it. The storage hard drive I have on my main PC is 2 terabytes. Yeah, nothing special about that. And then I have a 500GB SSD for the operating system, you know, all my Adobe software, whatever. And then I have the Elgato HD60S, just the capture card running from my main PC all the way into my streaming/recording PC. I'm just gonna call it my recording PC because I haven't streamed for a while. It's really hard to be found on Twitch, by the way, link to my Twitch in the description. But yeah, this capture card sends the video and audio to my PC. And you can use Banana Meter or Sound Capture to capture audio from your main PC, have the software on there, and you can transfer the audio from that main PC into your headphones, and it'll also go through the capture card into your streaming PC. So, and then next on the list we have the big monster right behind me. It's pretty self-explanatory. I should have addressed the elephant in the room earlier, but let's take a look at it. Well, it's a VR-ready gamer PC, that's what they say. It's liquid cooled. For the processor at least. It's an i7-8700K, 16 DDR4 RAM. Well, actually I upgraded to 32 gigs Corsair RAM because I wanted more RAM. 16 gigs wasn't enough for me, so I upgraded to that. Keep in mind that this model here behind me, its maximum upgrade for RAM is 32 gigs. You can't go higher than that unless you upgrade the motherboard. Keep that in mind. Then we have the 500GB SSD and then NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080. It's an 8GB card. I thought about getting the GTX 1080 Ti, but I just kind of went with the GTX 1080 because it wasn't a huge deal for me. I don't game that much, so the Ti didn't really make a huge difference for me. I'm mostly going to be doing After Effects and Premiere Pro, whereas graphics card is important, but it's really reliant on your processor and how good your processor is, I think. Do your research. And then obviously it's got those beautiful Halo fans. Those were my favorite. And then onto the monitor. This is like one of my favorite parts of the whole setup. We have the Viotech GN32DB 32-inch. It's a curved gaming monitor, which 1440p, which is really nice, 2K resolution, 144 Hz, which is nice. It's a fast monitor. I haven't had any desync issues, lag issues or anything like that, so it's a really nice monitor. And the display cable that plugs into the screen and then into the PC, that came with the monitor. So you do get that. You don't have to buy an HDMI cable separately. Originally I did buy an HDMI cable just in case it didn't come with one, but it came with a DisplayPort cable, so there was no problem there for me. Next we just have an Amazon Basics. It's a USB 2. It's an extension cable, male to female, like 9 feet or something. It just plugs into the back of my main PC, and then it kind of plugs into the front, or just stuck under the table in front, so that I can plug extra things into the computer, because the front ones are already being used for my hard drives. So I kind of didn't want to reach into the back of my computer, so I have that there. And then we have the Lenovo. It's got 4 ports, and it's a USB type 3, which is nice. It's just a hub. It just adds more to my streaming recording PC, because I have my webcam, and then I have other stuff, and I want to transfer stuff from one computer to the other, so I have to use that as well. That's been very neat. I bought one previously, a different model, and it didn't work very well. I kind of disconnected halfway through sometimes, didn't do fast transfers, so I had to buy this one instead, and this one's actually really good. So everything I talk about here is in the description. Then I just bought a whole bunch of sticky tabs. I don't even know what you call them, but they've been really useful, sticking things under the table, cables, even the little ties to kind of tie the cables and then stick it to the back or the underneath of the table. That's been really useful. And then obviously, speaking of the table, it's the autonomous. It's like an up desk, stand-up desk. You can sit down and all kinds of stuff. I'll leave a link in the description to that as well. Really great. I have the smaller model, which is like 400 bucks. The larger model I think is 500 or 550, something like that. So it's a little pricey, I'd say, but I've had so much fun with it, and it's so worth it, especially since sitting is the new cigarettes. That's what they say. I don't know what to believe anymore, but I mean, it's still good to stand up and stuff, so I use it quite a lot. And then I mentioned the webcam earlier. Right here I have the Logitech HD Pro webcam. It's the C920. I mean, it's pretty good. It's HD, 60 frames per second, so I haven't really had any issues there. No quality problems. I really haven't had to deal with any issues, so all around it's a great webcam. And then for my headphones, I have the SteelSeries Arctis 3 Bluetooth, the 2019 edition. It's wireless and Bluetooth, so I have the connection wired into my PC, and then I have Bluetooth to the other computer for like stream alerts and things like that, so I can actually hear the other PC. So that's really neat. You can also, instead, if you wanted to connect it to the phone, you can connect it via Bluetooth to your phone and have it wired into your main computer. You can do that as well. So like, let's say you had Discord on your phone and then you'll game on the PC, or even for Xbox and stuff, wire it into your Xbox controller or PlayStation, however it works. I don't have one. And then have Discord on your phone. So that's also really nice. And then the keyboard and mouse that came with the main PC that I bought, it was just kind of like a combo. It came with the computer. I didn't realize it was going to. But it's a Thermaltake TT Esports. It's the Thermaltake, but the keyboard and mouse was the Thermaltake TT Esports Commander Blue LED backlight mechanical keypads. It's not a mechanical keyboard. I don't know why they said that. It's just it's not that great. But the mouse I still use, which is nice. It's a good mouse. I don't have any issues with that. So, and then for the audio interface, or the DAW or DAW, whatever you want to call it, mixer, we have the Behringer audio interface UMC22. It's a really great quality interface at 50 bucks. It's quite amazing. I've had it for about 2 years. No complaints with it. Pretty sturdy, really strong. It's lasted quite a lot of bumps and bruises. So I would definitely highly recommend it if you couldn't afford the Focusrite Scarlett 2x2, which is actually another interface, a little more expensive. It's probably more common in the gaming community when it comes to the USB being plugged into the computer and the XLR to their microphone. It's a really great alternative if you want to spend a bit more money for a bit more quality. To be quite honest, I haven't used the Scarlett or the Focusrite Scarlett, so I can't really give a whole review on that, but I have heard that people say that it's really great. So that is a great alternative as well. And then obviously the specs for my recording / streaming PC, it's not really on the market anymore. It's like 5 years old and it's still going pretty good. I mean, the screen flickers once in a while, but no big issues there. The specs are very similar to the computer I've done in the description, the laptop. So it's very, very nice. It's quite a beast of a computer. I mean, it runs PUBG pretty well. It runs Streamlabs OBS and Streamlabs OBS Studio pretty smoothly, so there's no issues there. It's a decent computer. Also good for portable workstations, so I do have my Adobe suite on there, and when And when I travel, I would use that, and I mean, obviously it's a little slow if I do intensive stuff. So I put a similar laptop in the description. You can check that one out as well. It was also very similar in price. And then the lights that I have for when I'm streaming and stuff, I don't think they sell these models anymore. I've tried to look for them, but I've included similar ones down in the description. They're 200 bucks, which is what these two cost me. The one right behind me with the blue light here, and the one in front of me here that's bringing this light here. And obviously I have the window open so you can actually see me a bit better as well. But they're really great lights. They've lasted me for 4 years, and they've taken quite a beating. Like I beat these things up, and it's incredible how they're still alive. They can dim all the way down, dim all the way up. This here is like at 50, maybe 30% brightness, and it's about 6-7 feet away from me, maybe 8 feet away from me. And then obviously we can't forget about the vocal mic that I have, or the voiceover mic. It's definitely on the cheaper side. It's the TONOR Professional Studio condenser microphone. It's $30. It comes with the XLR 2 USB connection, but I wouldn't recommend connecting the XLR into the back of the microphone and then connecting that through USB into the computer. It's really bad quality, so I would recommend getting an XLR cable that plugs into a mixer like the Behringer that I mentioned, which is also in the description, and then use the USB connection from your mixer into the PC, because that's definitely much better. If you have an XLR to USB, the audio is not going to be as great. Nice thing is you don't need phantom power for this voiceover microphone. You can if you want to, and that definitely improves the quality, but it's not necessary. I think there is a bit of a difference in quality if you don't have phantom power, and if you don't know what phantom power is, it's power to the microphone. And the Behringer and the 𝑒𝐿𝐼 interface, they do supply 48 volts like phantom power to the microphone, so that's definitely useful. And that's all there is to it. All the links are down in the description to the gear that I mentioned. Those are affiliate links, so if you do make a purchase, that supports me at no extra cost to you, so I appreciate that. Thanks so much. And remember, subscribe, because there is more coming in the future similar to this, and also a bunch of editing and streaming and stuff like that. And if you don't subscribe, I'm just gonna hack your YouTube account and subscribe you anyway, so you don't have any choice really. Maybe you do, I don't know. But then there's the government. That's a whole nother thing. But remember, until next time, keep smiling, keep shooting.